Hey, and welcome! It doesn't matter where you live or what language you speak, there's this one thing that connects pretty much all of us. Sports. From the excitement of the game itself to just chatting about it with friends later, sports are a massive part of our lives. So today, we're going to get you ready to jump right into that conversation.
I mean, just look at this. Can you imagine that feeling? The weight of a gold medal, the sound of the crowd. That's the ultimate dream for an athlete, right? But you know what? Every single one of those amazing journeys starts with the basics. Just learning the rules, picking a sport you love, and showing up to play. So in this explainer, we're going to cover those basics so you can get in the game too.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll dive into the huge world of sports. Then, we'll learn some of the lingo so you know what's what. After that, we'll figure out if you're more of a team player or a solo star. Check out what a real athlete's routine looks like, and then, at the very end, it's going to be your turn to practice. Sound good? Let's do it.
So first up, what even is a sport? Well, the simple answer is, it's pretty much any physical activity we do for fun, or for exercise, or, of course, for competition. But, as we're about to see, it's a whole lot more than just that.
And believe me, the world of sports is incredibly diverse. It's not always about a ball or a net. I mean, it can be about pushing your own limits out in nature, like hiking through these incredible mountains. Or it can be about challenging your own strength and focus, like trying to get to the top of a climbing wall. Really, the only things you need are movement and a challenge, no matter where you find them. All right, so to talk about sports, you've got to know their names, right? This next bit is going to be a quick fire round to get some of that basic vocabulary down. Let's see how many of these you already recognize. First one. Imagine this. You're flying down a snowy mountain, wind in your face, with two long boards strapped to your feet. What is it? This is skiing. Okay, next up. Picture a bat, a small white ball, and that perfect crack sound when you hit a home run. You've got it. This is baseball. How about this one? Feeling the power of the ocean under your feet as you ride a huge wave all the way to shore? Yep, this is surfing.
And last one for now, using a bow to shoot an arrow so it hits a target way in the distance. This one is archery. So 4 totally different sports, right? And 4 totally different skills. Which one looks like the most fun to you?
Okay, now that we know a few names, let's talk about how we play. See, not all sports are the same. Some of them you do with a whole group of people. And for others, well, you're pretty much on your own. It's really all about finding your personal style.
This is actually a super important difference. Over on one side, you've got your team sports, like basketball or volleyball. Success here is all about passing, talking to your teammates, and working together. But then on the other side, you've got individual sports, like running or swimming or archery. In these, it's all about your own performance. It's you against everyone else, or maybe just you against the clock, trying to beat your own best time.
And this isn't just some technical thing. It's totally about what you prefer. So for example, some people just thrive on that energy of being part of a team. Like this student Tom, he loves the teamwork in basketball. But other people, they prefer the intense focus of an individual sport. So what do you think powers you up more? A high five from a teammate or that amazing feeling of setting a new personal record?
Okay, so you've picked the sport and you know if you're flying solo or playing with a team. So how do you talk about how much you play? How do you describe your routine? Let's check out the words that help us do exactly that.
This chart right here is your secret weapon for describing your habits. It's basically a scale. At the very top, you have always, which is 100%. You do it every single time. Then you work your way down. Sometimes is right in the middle, about a 50-50 chance. And then all the way at the bottom, you have never, which is 0%. It's amazing how these little words can add so much detail to your story. And to see these words in action, let's take a look at a real champion. This is Mete Gazoz, an Olympic gold medalist in archery. And let me tell you, he did not get to the top of his game by practicing sometimes. So here's what that dedication actually looks like. He trains 8 hours a day. That's his routine. So if we were to use our frequency words, we could say he always puts in the work, he usually spends his entire day focused on getting better. It just goes to show you, becoming the best isn't just about talent, it's about that relentless day in, day out routine.
All right, we've talked about the what, the how, and the how often. Now, it's time to put all of that together. Let's make sure everything we learned is locked in, and then you'll get a chance to use it yourself.
So, what are the big things to remember? First, sports are either team-based or they're individual. Second, you now have the words for awesome activities like skiing, baseball, and surfing. And third, you can use those powerful little adverbs like always, sometimes, and never to talk about your habits. Easy enough, right?
Okay, time for a super quick quiz. First question. Can you name one team sport we mentioned? I'll give you a second. Got it? If you said basketball or baseball, you are absolutely correct.
Question number 2. Think about the equipment for a second. Which individual sport uses a racket and a small ball? You got it. That would be tennis. Nice work.
And now for the most important question of all. It's your turn. I want you to use this sentence and just say it out loud wherever you are. My favorite sport is... Go ahead, fill in that blank.
And just like that, you've got it. You have the words, you get the different styles, and you know how to talk about your routine. So I guess there's only one question left. What new sport are you going to go try this week? Thanks so much for joining this explainer.